Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Please continue to pray for me by leaving a dislike on this video and singing along with me. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. So please continue to pray for, among other things, my career and my social life because I've been running into a lot of drama, not so much with career anymore, but social life especially. And I know why I've been running into a lot of drama there. I started talking about that earlier today, actually. What had happened was I had career problems in the past, in large part because I was very specialized in what I was doing. I would have a day job, and oftentimes I didn't have a plan B, right? So whatever happened at the job, I would have to fend for myself. I didn't have a mechanism for speaking up for myself. I wasn't the CEO of my career, right? And so, as you guys know, next month will mark 2 years since I began my art career. I've branched out with the art actually. I've worked with metal casting, I worked with welding and anodizing metals, of course, and lately with coloring and painting, right? You guys saw all that. I just ordered another metal to work with. I'll leave it as a surprise until I unbox it when it comes in a couple days. And it's a metal that has potential from taking off in terms of value, but also it can be worked with. So I'll leave it as a surprise until it comes. I'll unbox it live on camera. It will be my 26th precious metal in my portfolio. I hope to work with it. And then I went to yet another disappointing social event. I say disappointing. It's very hard to break into any sort of social group here in the Phoenix area. I really despise the United States. As I was having difficulty at the meetup, it made me think I need to spend some time in Taiwan or Eastern Europe. I have spent time in those places. It's a lot easier to mingle. I mean, maybe not make long term friends, right? But it's a lot easier to have a good night out in Taiwan or in Poland, even if you don't have any friends there, right? Even if you're a foreigner over there, right? You can't just go to a city in the United States, right? Whether it be Phoenix, whether it be a big city like New York, or even a small town like Wallace, Idaho. You can't just land at the airport there and go to meetup.com and randomly go to an event and expect to have a good time. It doesn't work in the United States. It works very well in Taiwan. It can kind of work in Poland. It might work in Poland a little bit better if I could speak the language, right? That's usually the problem I run into, but I think it works in Poland, but it works in Taiwan a lot. And so I was thinking about spending some time in Taiwan, but I really need my career, and I can't unpack my bismuth gear in Taiwan to do it over there. Certainly not if I'm only going to be spending a month over there. And that's been a big see the whole art career started as giving myself a foundation to work with, right? I could make some money off of the art career. I mean, not enough to support myself, but enough to give a foundation that I can then make my other careers on top of, right? That's how it started. Unfortunately, I've become so dependent on having that foundation, it has turned into an anchor. And that's something I'll have to resolve with myself in the coming year. That's a big problem of mine. It started as a foundation, but now it has allowed me to speak up for myself at work, to be the CEO of my career when I'm at the office, and I love that so much, and I depend on that so much. What used to be a foundation now is an anchor, and to the point that even the concept of spending 2 weeks in Taiwan away from the art projects is a terrifying prospect for me. I don't know, and if you have any ideas, and you can chime in. That's what prompted me to order a 26th medal and hope I choose the right medal this time to take off, right? The history is full of times when medals took off like a rocket, right? Palladium did that in 2001 with the Ford Motor Company, and then we had, and then Palladium again just before the pandemic, and then we had rhodium just before the pandemic as well. We had iridium more recently, and silver with the Hunt brothers, obviously. And if I can do it, find 10 baggers like that, even just one, two, three times, that could free up a lot of capacity, right? I won't have to depend on the art career to form the foundation of that of my career, right? It was nice at the beginning. It really was to have that base there, that nice solid base sitting there, right? So that when I go to the office and a colleague asks me for a favor, I can look them in the eye and say no, right? Without an explanation, without justifying myself. Now, earlier today, see, I love Mary Curry, and I often see her spirit, and I have evidence to show that I saw her spirit. I still have some burn marks on my hand. Mary Curry had visited me. I was having a lot of frustrations at that meetup, and she painted. When I looked down, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. My whole arm was glowing. I think it was radium, and then after it stopped glowing, there was this burn on my hand. I gotta find out what these things are every time it happens. That wasn't the first time after seeing Mary Curry's spirit did I get a burn on my hand. The other time when the other burn has healed, she was holding some kind of metal crystal, and I presume was polonium 210. And I after I finished communicating with her that time, I quickly went to jot down what the crystal looked like because I wanted to see how accurate it would be someday when we have a macroscopic amount of polonium. Right now, it's all speculation. Um, but okay, and Mary Curry visited me today again, and she wanted me to go visit her, which I presume means to travel to Poland for some time. And I'm having a difficult time with the concept of travel because, like I said, I don't want to leave behind my art career. And and she also told me that I should be nice. I've been very tight-wadded with all of my colleagues because I was resentful at my last job. I would help out my colleagues and they would not return the favor. But Mary Curry pretty much told me that it's okay to help, but make sure you do it more judiciously and make sure to ask for favors along the way. Don't just wait until you need them to ask for the favor. That's what she was trying to communicate to me. And then she said, just come visit me sometime. And then she disappeared, and then I was left with this burn mark on my arm. And so that was that. And okay, I will find some time to go. I got two people I want to see. There's the girl that I knew last time I was in Poland. Last time I was showing her, she was only 16 years old at the time. I was showing her how to view Jupiter. I said, we got a solar eclipse coming up. This is the solar eclipse of 2017. The last one! That was 2 solar eclipses ago. And then there's the Ukrainian refugee. She's back in Ukraine now. But after my trip and I come home, I want to bring home some of the ways of life over there. Like I alluded to earlier in this video, it's impossible to just go to a first-time event and have a good time, right? I don't know how the people in Poland and Eastern Europe and Taiwan and even Japan, certainly Japan as well, do it. They have a more collectivist attitude, of course. And I hope to import some of that into the United States after I come back from those trips. That will be my goal going forward. But more important, there was another thing I asked Mary Curry when I saw her. I asked her if she could help me choose the right metal to invest in. I need one of those 10 100 baggers. And Mary Curry said part of the fun is never hitting it. and she disappeared. So I'm gonna have to trust her on that. Um, she wants me to actually do good in the world rather than just kick back, right? All right, please continue to pray for me by singing along with me, by gesturing, and by hitting the dislike button on this video. This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.